Hello, welcome. I'm honored that you're here at this lovely time. We are in August, and whenever this finds your heart, hope it resonates with your heart. Take what resonates and walk through it in your energy. I am you, you are me. We are the soul village. I say the lighthouse. I am Astrolight. This is our lighthouse where I do a collective reading and channeling the ancestors, the God within, and the messages. And the card spread that I'm doing today is the Now What, the Hero's Journey. I use James Wellness. I've been using this deck since 2022 when I awakened to my understanding. I have been on a spiritual journey and I landed in different moments in time. In Vegas, back to Seattle. I'm in the Northwest now, up in Kingston. I'm just remembering the most powerful time for me was when I was in Vegas in my awakening. And that's also when I discovered how much I love doing tarot cards and oracle cards. And what came from that was more of my realizing over time how all of it is intertwined. It's like the astrology, tarot cards, oracle cards, all of his confirmation for our hearts and our minds to understand and why we have come here. I'm going to go ahead and dive right in. I always say a 7-card pick. But I know it usually turns into like 8 cards, so because I was looking at the bottom deck. But James Wellness does this almost like the Celtic, almost like, oh, it's 10 cards. Yeah, it's 10 cards. It's almost like I'm grabbing my book here. The Celtic cross, but he calls it the mandolin. He uses the word mandolin, and I really love that word. That reminds me more of the natives and how they, and more of the sacred geometry, those inner DNA, how we flow, our inner tools, our inner galactic tools that we flow through our bodies daily. So what I'm going to do, and the cards came at the bottom of the deck, was the sun. Leo energy's just flowing through like a big old fat cat. And awakening, like coming out of a slumber, of 100-year slumber. So the cards that he always chooses, it's what they call the, I don't have it memorized today. The first card is the path we must take. So let's ask the ancestors and tap in with our hearts. Slow down a little. And ask the ancestors to give us messages so we are becoming more of who we come here to be. And we are woke. Yes. As soon as I hear that word, I've been hearing that word for the last 3 months. We are awakening to our wokeness, I have to say. And the path we must take. I've been hearing that poem by Robert Frost that I dearly love, the road less traveled. So the second card would be, so the first card, the path we must take on this awoken road, this spiritual journey we're on, what sacrifice must we make? What challenges do we need to overcome? What help is available? And what is the, I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, okay, mandolin. That was something else. So never mind, we're going to do, if takes what action to overcome. That's 10 cards. This is 1. Yeah, that was right with the 7 and the 8. I picked the 8th card at the bottom of the deck, and that was the sun that came out. Okay, and so the 7th card, if you take your action, or the 5th card, if you take your action, what is the possible outcome? I think I just want to pick more cards. I think that's what it is. I'm okay with that. Let's be okay with that. Oh, I see where I've missed. Okay, I forget the first one. Okay, the first one, what is your quest? Our awakening, that is our quest. The second one is what path. Third one, what sacrifice must we take. The fourth one is the challenge. The fifth one is the help is available. And the sixth one is if you take that action, what's the possible outcome? Okay, that, I don't even want to do a retake. I'm just going for it. No retakes. No retakes. Okay. What beautiful messages do you have for our hearts? I'm going to do one more shuffle. Like I say, get my feet on the ground. I'm on my tippy toes. Calling in the angels, the ancestors. This beautiful moment in time. Just going to show one card at a time. Wish my camera angle was different. And I could show the whole spread, but I'm working on that. Working on that lovely camera angle. So we'll just say, so the first card is, what is your quest? Chariot. And number 8. We're really, the Chariot, the Cancer. I've been seeing a lot of beautiful ospreys. That's like and the crab. It's just like go one step at a time, one moment at a time. Take some adventures. I love it that there's fire burning in this eye and this eye. It's like, okay, I see me. I see you. Look at this horse. Take some adventures and ride the wave. I love this road. Road less travel right there. Road less travel. You see that person, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's someone. That's what I love about Jane Wellness. You can, all these little pictures. See that little face right there? I'm trying to get it closer. I hope I got it closer. He's looking in the rearview mirror. All that we've been through, all that is within us, all that we have experienced. Carry that with you forward. But what didn't serve you back, and no, stay back and leave it in the past. But take all those gifts, that knowing. I love James Wellness is because each of these pictures means something. You know, either astrology, horoscope, number, which is number 8, the 888 Lionsgate is just that. I'm just taking that Lionsgate energy that came in the yin and the yang, baby, all the way through 2026. If you see, go back and look at the video that I did on the Lionsgate. I will be having another moment and wrapping that into a part 2 with the, yeah, I'm walking toward that. I know that energy, there's more messages that want to come to be, but I knew that I needed to do this moment in time. Fortune. The 10. Fortune, Aries. Feeling a lot of Aries energy in that. Fortune. I'm hearing that all that you desired, all that you've been wanting, all that your heart desires is coming to be. The treasures, all your treasures, the law of prosperity. You prosper by knowing how to receive the wealth of opportunities that come to you from of the universe. The wheel of fortune. Okay. And then we got filler, child, of Cups. Yes, bring your inner child out. That is the one. Those dreams that do come true, you know, when you were a child and you just laid in bed and you just believed and you just had this undying faith within you. And when I'm seeing these balloons and all of that, it's like you knew that you were going to have a birthday. You knew that each year you were going to become another age. And whether your family celebrated birthdays or you just had these, I always had these private little secret birthdays that I celebrated with myself. I remember as a child, we were not allowed to have birthdays at a certain, I think I was around 5, and I was told that that was something that we were not allowed to do. So when my birthday would come around, my mother would secretly, this was something my father engaged, but I remember how beautiful my mother would secretly say happy birthday to me, or do like some type of birthday something surprisingly, like a week before all of a sudden we had like a box cake that we just had to have. And I remember how beautiful that was. So I started to learn to celebrate my birthday at the beginning of the month of July. Being a Leo and loving to celebrate life, I just celebrate the whole month because my birthday's at the end of the month. So this is saying celebrate all the time, not just for your birthday. Laugh, play, be curious. You are the rainbow. You are the golden pot at the end of the rainbow. Know that. Go, I can just see, get to the water, go swimming. Just get to the playground and just really be in tune to self. Really be in tune to self. I don't want to lose my count. Oh, there we go. Yeah. We have a treasure chest of spiritual tools within us. When we tap into those spiritual tools, these were planted in us. They were seeds or gifts that were planted from our ancestors. And when we discover them and rediscover them, we can really step more into our knowing. And this is the awakening that is happening. We are awoke. We are awoke. And number 4 is 4 of Worlds. Commencement. Yes. Celebrate. This is a graduation time. If you have any knowing, anything you want to teach someone, do it now. If you are awakened to more of who you've come here to be and you want to share your joy, you're happy, do it now. I have to say that what has been collectively happening in the community that I am a part of in the Kingston, Washington, is once I opened up my channels to feeling confident, brave, courageous to do sound baths at the Village Green Community Center, where it's connected to like a library and a retirement house and a Boys and Girls Club, and just a place where people, it's just really a beautiful community center where people can go and just do cooking classes. And I just knew like 6 years ago that I wanted to be a part of this community. So I started with being a nanny and just taking the kids that I'm with to the library. And then I started in the playground, and then I realized I needed to really tap into the community by doing sound baths. And so because that channel was not open, and there was someone teaching acupuncture, not teaching it, but offering acupuncture. So I said, well, why not Reiki and sound baths? So when I began that back in December 2024, having people come to the, first it was 2, 3, and now it's like 17 people are signing up and 7 people show up. And it's just so beautiful knowing that the energy flow, it's a time of people wanting to know more about Reiki and Akashic Records. So Spirit's saying When you shine your light on all of your gifts of who it and your treasures, that is when the magic begins. For you being of service to yourself, because when we do what our heart is really wanting to do, is receiving and giving, and when we give and receive, that is how this universe will heal, and the love that you are wanting to see in the world, be that within yourself. So then you can give that to the world. That is the message that ancestors are saying. And strength, there we go. Leo showing up again. Strengthen numbers, strengthen that inner being, and you put yourself on that pedestal. This is an old ancient, I think people would, it's like sit their heads on there to rest their heads to go to sleep. That was almost like their pillow. And I'm seeing this lovely potato on here, and my spirit and the angels saying, like when you put a potato on the ground, so amazing how when it starts to build up its vines, and then when you look, tip over I know that you can put them in a pot, and then you just water it and then keep putting dirt on it, and then the vines will grow, and then you keep watering and keep putting dirt on it, and then at the end of the season you tip over the pot and there are hundreds and hundreds of potatoes. So that is spirit saying, when you keep watering your spirit, and what will come from that is Rome. I was saying that earlier today. Rome was not built in overnight. Look at these beautiful mountains. Be adventurous. I've been, and there's another osprey. There we go. Another osprey. Or is that a baby? That looks like a baby osprey. They say that the Leo energy is stronger than it's ever been in 100 years. I keep saying that word 100 years. It's because all of the planets are lining up. Venus, I have a lot of Venus, Leo, and Venus, Jupiter, and Mercury, and Uranus, Sirius. These planets are lining in order to bring balance to chaos and harmony to confusion and peace. And love. The love has always been there, just it's been ignited, it's been enhanced. The love, we can see it more. And it's a yin and the yang, baby, and that balance between the good, the ugly, and the bad. I'm hearing, being aware and shedding the light on what you don't want. So being the knower, the sage of crystals, yes. The knower, the sage of crystals, the genius. We are crystals. We are the universe within us. All of the elements walk through us. Our DNA is activated. Get to certain places, and they're just being with self. That's the beginning of activation. It's just being with self and tapping in to your inner knowing and inner being. How I did it was I tapped really into Reiki in 2010. And then in 2019, I tapped into my Akashic Records, becoming the facilitator, and starting to do the tarot card readings in 2022. Just kept a continuous growth and growing of my spiritual expansion in order to be more of who I've come here to be. And I'm seeing that others are becoming more of who they've come here to be. And that to me is the magic. That to me is where the beautiful magic is. So the knower, we have this, and it is a celebration. It really is. It really is a celebration, knowing that all that we have been through, all that we're going through, and we had the strength, the endurance. We had the endurance and the resilience. That's what the Leo energy stands for. Resilience, faith. Resilience and faith. So, if we had to put this to how James Wellness, and I want to pick the one more card, said, child of crystals. We come as teachers, learners, and students, and we become learners and always learners, and we're now teachers. But we had to learn. We had to walk. We had to have these baby steps we had to walk through in order to get to where we are at this moment, that we are awakening to more of who we've come here to be. And everybody is uniquely on their has to tap in individually. It's no more. It's about being your own guru, and when you can see your own guru, and others will see their own guru, they'll tap in. That's what I find, that those who come to the sound bows, those who come to Reiki, those who come to Akashic Records, they also would love to do what I do. So that's what I do. I help those assist, facilitate, however word you like to use it, awaken to more of who they've come here to be, and see through my eyes their gifts. Through my eyes, I can see their gifts. I can feel their gifts. It's like this inner knowing, and the answers will speak through me. So this is why I do retreats. In 2026, I will have a retreat in Puerto Verde where I'll be walking with the beautiful spiritual being, Liliana, and learn more about that on my website, Just Be Today. I will stay tuned. I will be doing some videos about that. And also in Sedona, I'll be walking with Rogelio. He and me and others will be 20 of us. 16 have signed up, 4 spots open. We'll be walking, tour, doing. You'll find information about that on my Instagram. I will trying to remember to leave a link in this description about all of my lovely events that are happening. I'll send you that information. Yeah, come back and look through this video if you don't see it at this present time. Now I'll get it in there. And I'll start putting all of the events that I'm doing in my descriptions so that you're aware. When you come here at this moment in time, I say, I'm you and you are me, and this is our lighthouse. And this is where we can collectively sit with each other, be with each other, and take this energy and flow with it in your day. Just take this energy and flow with it in your day. So the path we must take. Oh. So the first card was the quest. Awakening to, finding ways to rediscover more of who you've come here to be. And it won't be just one way, it'll be multiple ways. It'll be multiple ways. What path must you take? Answers is, what path must we take? The inner path. The inner guru, the God within. That is the path. The ancestors have left little quiet whispers within us to give us footprints and golden footprints to walk and follow. There's synchronicity that shows up. You hear a voice, you hear a name, you feel it in your spirit, in your body, in your day. Go this way, go that way. The path we must take is walk with our ancient ancestors. I'm seeing this roller coaster. Number 10. Be optimistic and entrepreneurial, resourceful, turn a negative into a positive, spin ideas and to see a way. Okay, there goes that Jupiter I was saying. We're in. Okay, seize the opportunity, be courageous, a risk taker, a manager. I'm reading from, he has a little book that he puts in some messages. Be agile, flexible, alert, and always be ready to move. As a dancer on the wheel of fortune. So Jupiter like expansivity and decides how you can bring available resources together to create synergy. You're constantly recycling the wealth of the universe by giving away what you have created and allow new opportunities to come in. This turnover creates abundance for yourself and others. You are rewarded for your sharing on all levels of being. This is so beautiful and so true. I have a book that I've been creating over the last 20 years or 30 years. I have a workbook that I'm giving away. It's called Gabe Mother Taught Me. It's a book, and that's coming out. But there's a part of it that's a workbook that I wanted to make sure that I give that away for free. And it's about walking through finding the magic, no more fear. Yes, finding the magic, no more fear. So I will definitely make sure I put a link in the description box for that beautifulness. Like the half human, wanted to talk about this strength card, but I'm gonna wait. Hold on. Oh wait. Okay. So that is the path we must take. What sacrifice must you make? What sacrifices must we make? It's so interesting. I remember someone very dear to me saying when she was very little, she I know who's popping in. There's a gentleman I used to take care of as a companion. I met him when he was 98, and he lived until about to 100. He made it. And I remember how brave he was. He married someone at age that was 88, and she passed away. And then he continued on a year, living about 2 years after that. So I met him at the beginning of her passing, and him continuing to live. I didn't see him on his birthday of 100, but because that was the time when I started to do more adventuring in my own spirit, because every night I'd sent him to bed. He sent him to bed. He sent himself to bed. He went to bed at a certain time, and he would always say to me every single night, he never skipped a beat, and he would always say, growing old ain't for sissies. And so lately he's been coming into my spirit, and I've been saying for the last 3-4 months, the spiritual journey ain't for sissies. And I know that we have been going through such a huge transformation, a huge body, mind, and spirit, consciously all together. I am you, you are me, and we have lost some of our childlike behaviors because we've had to be in so much of that survival mode and so much of the recreating ourselves mode, and picking ourselves up from and beginning again mode, and not sure which way to go, which path to take. And it's almost as if that is that child when we're a child, we don't know, we have no idea who is going to carry us to this moment in time, but we do know that we are carrying us to this moment in time, and our ancestors are carrying us to this moment in time. So when they talk about the sacrifices, yes, there will be some challenges. You will have to sometimes sit back in your energy flow at moments in time, but not forgetting to begin again. Not forgetting to go to sleep, wake up, and begin again. So that is what the filler is. Feeling more of who you've come here to be, and feeling more of who you're wanting to be. What does that look like for your heart? Child of Cups. Let me see if James Wellness says anything else in here. I'm just curious what he says. Let's see if anything else comes. Okay. As a child or flower, be open, sensitive, and honest in expressions of your feelings. Give raw and spontaneous expression to all your emotions, happiness and sorrow, passion and dejection, fear and excitement, surprise and pensiveness. Like the flower in the flowing river, you are a parade of feelings that are passed swiftly. Your emotional quicksilver. By exercising little or no mental restraint of your emotions, you discover the range and intensity of your emotions. You get in touch with your deepest conscious drive. You truly feel and are fully alive. Yes. Be around children. They go from happy, mad, sad in just such an instant time. Usually there's something that their heart's wanting to eat, sleep, or play. Beautiful. Be more of the child. And that's a challenge. That can be a challenge. What help is available for you? Our ancestors taking all that we've learned and bringing it into if you know something, then you can do different. That's what in Spirit's saying. If you know something, then you can do different. If you know, and if you have faith, and you know you come here with a purpose for a purpose, and you know that we are the universe, we are Christos, the world is in our hand, the universe is in our hands. The action that we do will shape the human hearts. Will shape our human hearts our human hearts are galactic. Our hearts will shape the universe. Our love will shape the universe. Yeah. If you take your actions, what are your possible outcomes? Commencement, celebration, graduation. Aries card, my brother Tiger's popping in. He woke up every morning doing what he loved to do. He did not skip a beat. He did that for a reason. He shined light on what he loved and desired. And it was no stopping us now. And right now, the Leo energy is so strong. Jupiter energy aligning. That is the outcome. That we'll have the strength to build Colosseums. We'll have the strength to rebuild Rome. We'll have the strength to... This is an egg. I don't know why I kept thinking that was a potato, but it served a purpose for that, that confirmation. But this is an egg. And I've been seeing eggs in a lot of my readings lately. The other day, I saw 2 of them. So this is new birth and beginning again. The yin and the yang, the good and the bad. Well, not, I'm just saying the darkness. Embrace all of it. Embrace all of it. the good, the bad, and the ugly, because we are protected. And this card wants to be known. The knower, the sage of crystals. I'd say I'm having a lot of fun going back and listening to all of the, the knowings, the teachings, the videos of some of my gurus that I would follow, some of my spiritual teachers like Doreen Cannon, Yogananda. Remembering some things you don't have to be taught. There's just this inner knowing. And usually the people that you want to really tap into are because that is you. You are them and they are you. I walked into understanding more about channeling in 1993, and in 2022 I opened up the Lion's Gate and Mount Shasta, where I understood that I was channeling the goddess Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion. I was channeling the the goddess of protection, Ra. I was channeling all of that energy flow because at another moment in time, my spirit, my heart, my frequency recognize their frequency, and we become one in that flow. And I am you and you are me, and so the reason why we all come back to this moment in time, and I have to always say I'm honored that you're here, is because we are one, and the messages are for your heart. So now that you are awoke to more of who you've come here to be, recognize and remembering that I am you and you are me. That is key. Recognizing and being aware that in order to become more of who you have come here to be, it's important that you step into you. If you're looking for any readings, I'm going to close it down at this moment in time, but I will say I'm honored you're here. If you're looking for any readings, what I do, I combine the Akashic Records, tarot cards, and the Reiki all together. I combine those 3 spiritual tools together, walking with you in your spiritual journey. My heart to your heart, and thank you for coming. I'm honored you have come back to this lovely moment in time. And now what? Now that we are woke, let's do this.